सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। शिवाय। सुबह सुबह ले शिव का नाम, कर ले बंदे कोई शुभ काम। सुबह सुबह ले शिव का नाम, शिव आएंगे तेरे काम। सुबह सुबह ले शिव का नाम, कर ले बंदे कोई शुभ काम। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। खुद को राख लपेटे फिरते, औरों को देते वरदान। खुद को राख लपेटे फिरते, औरों को देते वरदान। देवों के हित विष पीडाले, नीलकंठ को कोटि प्रणाम। देवों के हित विष पीडाले, नीलकंठ को कोटि प्रणाम। नीलकंठ को कोटि प्रणाम। सुबह सुबह ले शिव का नाम, शिव आएंगे तेरे काम। सुबह सुबह ले शिव का नाम, कर ले बंदे कोई शुभ काम। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय। 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 ओम स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः. Humble prostrations to one and all present here. Our topic of today's session is intelligent action. How to perform action in this world? So Bhagavan says, performance of action also can be categorized into three: Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. So this topic comes in the 18th chapter, 23, 24, 25 verses. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. So first let us chant verse number 23, which talks about Sattvic action. Niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah kritam aphala prepsuna karma yattat sattvikamujyate. So this is Sattvic action. Number one, niyatam. Number two, sangarahitam. Number three, aragadveshatah kritam. Number four, aphala prepsuna kritam. Four aspects. So, before entering into this verse, we have to set up a little foundation. What is that? This verse is nothing but the essence of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is Karma Yoga. So the understanding is, it is with this understanding that this verse is written. So what is the understanding? The understanding is this: the very life in us belongs to God. Our talents and abilities belong to God. All the resources in the world belong to God. So therefore, actions must be performed for God. This is Karma Yoga. This is the foundation. So in Karma Yoga, what we have to do? See the first term. Niyatam karma kuru. Niyatam means what is ordained to you. That's all what you need to do. Whatever our responsibilities are, whether it is professional responsibilities, family responsibilities, social responsibilities, that's all we need to do. That is the meaning niyatam. What comes to you unasked, according to your nature. This is point number one. And how it has to be done? Sangarahitam. Perform it without sangha. Sangha means what? Attachment. Attachment to what? Attachment to result is coming in aphala prepsuna. Attachment to the very action itself. There can be attachment to action, there can be attachment to the results of action. They are two different things. So let there be no attachment. And while taking decisions in life, aragadveshatah kritam, may you not perform action based on raga or dvesha. Raga means what? Likes. Dvesha means dislikes. May we not perform action based on likes and dislikes. Aphala prepsuna karma. May we not perform action for the sake of the results. So naturally the question which comes is, how can we perform without expecting results? This is a very common question. Generally this question is asked, what does Bhagavad Gita say? So 99% of the people, they will say, Bhagavad Gita says, perform action without expecting results. How can we do that? That we don't know. So then what is the use of scriptural study then? If there is a philosophy which is impractical, that philosophy is useless. No, we have Shraddha Bhakti that what Bhagavad Gita says is right, but we don't know how to apply it in our life. This is the general answer we get from majority of the people. How can we perform action without expecting results? Because all our actions, we perform it only for the sake of results. In fact, the results are the inspiration. If you take away the very inspiration, how can I perform action? So this is the common question. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So this we have to understand. So that is why I made this statement in the beginning. We have to have clarity in life. When I look at myself, I find that there are so many factors which are necessary to live in this world, to remain alive in this world. And not even one factor is in my control. Air, food, water, gravity, humidity, all the functioning of the internal organs, the eyes, the ears, the brain, how it is functioning we don't know. So therefore, we have to conclude that life doesn't belong to us, it is a gift from God. This is how the analysis should begin. So if life is a gift from God, if all these talents and abilities are a gift from God, then how should we live our life? We should live our life to please God. We should live our life to please our Creator, the one from whom the creation has come. This is the foundation of Karma Yoga. Yes, so therefore, all actions must be done to please the Lord. That Lord who has given me life, that Lord who has brought me into this world, into this creation, that Lord because of whom the hands, legs, the brain, the sense organs, everything is functioning, I must live to please Him. This is the inspiring element for performing duties, not the result of action. The one who has given everything to me, I must live for Him. That is Karma Yoga. Now the question is there something which Bhagavan is expecting from me? say yes. There is some expectation which Bhagavan has from us. What is that? We must walk the path of righteousness. This is the expectation. We must walk the path of dharma. We must do what is righteous, what is good for all. We must never walk the path of adharma. This is the expectation from the Lord, who is our Father and Mother. So what is our duty? Our duty is to become good children of the Lord. I should be a good child of the Lord. Just like we want our children to make us proud, we want our children to obey us, walk the path shown by us. This is our expectation as parents. In the same way, the parent of the universe also has some expectation from us, that we must walk the path of righteousness. Now the question is, how will I know whether God is pleased with me or not? So that is why we must look within. Whenever God is displeased, mind gets disturbed. Whenever God gets displeased, there is a guilt feeling. Disturbance of the mind is an indication that our Creator is not happy with us. And peace of mind is the indication that the Lord is indeed pleased with us. So this is the way we come to know. So any disturbance of any kind is an indication that I am somewhere walking the path of unrighteousness. Somewhere I am deviating from the path of righteousness. That indication comes from this internal pain. That pain which comes as a disturbance of the mind. Every disturbance. So therefore, no disturbance in life can be justified. Whether it is disturbance due to anger, jealousy, greed, stress, anxiety, worry, they are all different types of disturbances. All these disturbances indicate that somewhere I am disconnected from my Creator. So who is a Karma Yogi? Karma Yogi is the one who performs action to please the Lord who is guiding from within. Every moment this guidance is there, every moment. Our job is to listen to this guidance and correct ourselves and tune ourselves to His guidance. If we are doing this, then our action is intelligent action. If we are doing this, then we are truly progressing in the path of spirituality. So the question a Karma Yogi asks is, if I do this, will it please my Creator? So what is that which pleases the Creator? That which is right. What is that which displeases the Creator? That which is wrong. So always a Karma Yogi thinks in terms of right and wrong, not based on likes and dislikes. A Karmi, a person who is performing action only for the result, his guiding factor is, do I like this? Then I will do it. If I don't like this, I will not do it. So likes and dislike becomes his guiding factor. Whereas for a Karma Yogi, for a spiritual seeker, the guiding factor is this, right and wrong. Normally a question comes, how will I know what is right? Again, the guiding factor is this. Whatever is right according to you, that only you need to do. It may be wrong according to others. You need not bother about that. What is that which gives you spiritual fulfillment? That alone you are supposed to do. You need not listen to others. Your job is only to listen to this voice of conscience. Remember, the voice of conscience is clearly heard only in a Sattvic mind, not in a Rajasic or a Tamasic mind. A Rajasic or a Tamasic mind will always mislead you. It will tell you what you like and will force you to do it. That is what a Rajasic or a Tamasic mind do. That is what a disturbed mind do. Don't listen to that. So therefore, always listen to the voice of conscience, and that voice of conscience or voice of God is clearly heard when the mind is Sattvic. So therefore, make the mind Sattvic through prayer, through meditation, etc. Then in that peaceful mind, what guidance you get, that is what you are supposed to do. That is what your Swadharma is. There may be thousands of people giving you thousands of opinions, suggestions. Don't listen to them. Of course, you listen to them. But whether it is applicable for you or not, listen to this voice. A monkey may sincerely suggest a fish to climb the tree. For a monkey, climbing the tree is the right thing. That is his Swadharma. He will lovingly advise the fish to climb the tree. But what should the fish do? It should listen to its own Swadharma. We have to be very careful while giving advice to others also. Something which is suitable for us need not be suitable for others. This understanding has to be there. Many times our relationship with our children gets strained when we do this mistake. We try to force our rights and wrong upon our children. Many times that may not be suitable for them. That may be paradharma for them. So therefore, don't insist regarding this. Yes, but as far as for myself it is concerned, I have to listen to this voice. And when you listen to this voice, this guidance is constantly there from our Creator. It is not only for human beings. This guidance is there for everyone. Animals, birds, plants, this guidance is there. All the other beings are programmed to listen to this guidance. Therefore, cow eats only grass, tiger eats only the flesh. They are programmed that way. They are listening to that voice. So therefore, there is no confusion for them. Confusion is only for human beings. Because this freedom is given. Right. So therefore, a karma yogi is a person who is performing all actions to please the Lord. He is performing action not based on likes and dislikes. He is performing action not to get something from the world. No. Not to get some result. No. He is a highly matured person in the society. His actions are all based on only one, whether it is dharmic or adharmic. So therefore, prayer is an inseparable part in his routine, in his daily schedule. There are some people who say, I am a great karma yogi. What do you do? 24/7 I work hard. Swamiji, I am a great karma yogi. Just because you are a workaholic person, you don't become a karma yogi. That is also disease of the mind. Not able to sit quietly. Restlessness of the mind is beautifully labeled as dynamism. The fellow cannot sit quietly. I am a dynamic person, Swamiji. You are a restless person. They are all excuses given to hide our imperfections in the personality. True karma yogi is the one who meditates, who is in tune with God, and gaining inspiration from Him, he performs right action with the right attitude. Such a person is called a karma yogi. Just because you are doing so many things in the world, you don't become a karma yogi. Again, just because you are doing selfless action, you don't become a karma yogi. Just because I am coming to some spiritual organization and doing some seva, therefore I am a karma yogi. No. There also there can be ego fights, ego clashes. A true karma yogi is the one who keeps aside his ego. I'm not interested what my ego wants. What I'm interested in is what Bhagavan wants. So if there is a situation where I have to step aside, I will step aside. I will not force myself to do seva. No. There are times when you have to just step aside because there are so many volunteers. I will happily do it. Cheerfully do it. You see? So in Karma Yoga there is egolessness. In Karma Yoga there is attunement with God. In Karma Yoga there is humility. In Karma Yoga there is gratitude. In Karma Yoga there is surrender. In Karma Yoga there is aggressive goodness. All these things put together is Karma Yoga. So then when we perform action, then that action is called intelligent action. So in the process what happens? Because you are performing all your duties for the sake of the Lord, naturally the relationship with God becomes stronger and stronger. The mind naturally becomes purer and purer because you are not acting based on your likes and dislikes. You are acting based on right and wrong. That struggle will always be there. Something is right, but I don't want to do it. Something is wrong, but I am addicted in doing it. There is a struggle. And in this struggle, the mind becomes pure. And in such a pure mind, in such a Sattvic mind, this Karma Yogi experiences the presence of the Lord more and more clearly. The only qualification necessary to experience the presence of the Lord is a pure mind. That's the only qualification. The qualification is not that you should become a Brahmana or you should become a sannyasi. No. Only qualification is how pure your mind is. Purer the mind, clearer you feel the presence of the Lord in the heart. And with more and more purity, there is more and more clarity with regard to listening to the voice of God. Purer the mind, clearer we are able to listen to His voice, understand His guidance. So in the beginning, don't worry much about listening to this voice because it is not possible. But as you go on in this path, as the mind becomes purer and purer, the instruction also becomes clearer and clearer to us. So in this way, when we live our life, in this way, when we fulfill all our responsibilities, professional responsibilities, family responsibilities, whatever responsibilities come to us, so then what happens? On one side, you are fulfilling your responsibility, the worldly relations are all happy with you. On the other side, you keep on evolving spiritually. This is called as intelligent action. Niyatam, sangarahitam, aragadveshatah kritam, aphala prepsuna karma. So if you ask this karma yogi, what is that inspiring force because of which you are performing action? Because you are not interested in the results. Or at least that is not the first priority for you. That may be second or third priority. The first priority, what is it? So a karma yogi is very clear. The greatest treasure in this world is a Sattvic mind. So therefore, I am performing this action to develop a Sattvic mind. I am performing this action for the purification of the mind. I am performing this action to develop devotion for the Lord. You see, I am performing action to cultivate Daivi Sampat. Because it is this Daivi Sampat which is going to help me gain liberation. With this clarity, he is performing action. So therefore, when it is said, aphala prepsuna karma, don't think that he is just working like a donkey without any goal, without any result. No. Without a goal, you cannot be inspired in performing any action. A goal has to be there. An inspiring goal has to be there. There has to be some phala for which you are performing action. You can't just say that perform action without expecting result. There is some result you must be expecting. Phalam anudishya mandopina pravartate. There is a law. Even a dull-witted person cannot perform action without a purpose, without a goal. So then when it is said aphala-prepsuna karma, we have to understand, as far as a spiritual person is concerned, it is not the external result which is of higher priority. External result will anyway come. It is given by Bhagavan himself. He will give. But the most important thing is, am I gaining in spiritual results? This need not come. As far as the physical action is there, external result will come, whether you like it or not. But as far as the spiritual results are concerned, there is no guarantee. Unless your attitude is right, there is no guarantee that the spiritual benefits may come to a person. So his concern is about the spiritual benefits. Am I growing spiritually? Is my mind getting more and more pure? Am I developing in dispassion, knowledge? These are the questions he will ask. Is my mind becoming more and more peaceful? Am I becoming more and more unaffected by the ups and downs of life? Ups and downs will continue. Joy, sorrow, gain, loss, profit, loss, health, disease, honor, dishonor, praise, criticism. This is the world. But to what extent I am getting unaffected by these ups and downs of life? This is the question he will ask. As we say, that FIR test. What is that FIR test? Frequency, intensity and recovery time. How frequently I am disturbed? F. How intensely I am disturbed? I. How quickly I recover? R. So what is happening to my FIR as I am walking this path of spirituality? Is it decreasing or increasing? What is the ideal case? Should it increase or decrease? Frequency of disturbance should decrease. Intensity of disturbance should decrease. Recovery time also should decrease. There are times when we get disturbed, but how quickly we recover, come back and regain our balance. As we walk the path of spirituality, all these parameters improve. Then we say, yes, I'm progressing spiritually. So this is called intelligent action. Now to understand this intelligent action, we should also discuss what is unintelligent action. So that is the next two verses. Verse number 24, Rajasic action. Yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulayasam tat rajasamudahrutam. Rajasic action. So what does this Rajasic person do? So now please understand, or please keep this in mind. We are discussing it not to say this person is Rajasic, that person is a... No, we are discussing it to know all these traits in ourselves. In all of us, all these traits are there. Okay? Discussion is not pointed to anyone. Discussion must be taken personally. It is for myself. All these traits we will see in ourselves in varying measures. Yes. So what is this person's trademark? Kamepsuna karma. Action is done for the result. Sahankarena va punaha. It is done with lot of ahankar, ego. Kriyate bahulayasam. With great effort he does. These are the three key points. This person is performing all action for the sake of the result. What result? Not spiritual result. Which result? Material result. How much did I earn? Promotion, possession, etc. Worldly material result is the only inspiring factor for this person. And therefore, since the world is full of uncertainties, this person is extremely stressed. Stress, worry, anxiety, tension, That is his swadharma. All the time. You know. And then lot of ego. Lot of ego. Ego is the one thing which is the greatest, stink in one's personality. Egoistic personality is a stinking personality. You talk to that person, any discussion, it will revolve to himself. You talk about anything, like that thing, like a funnel. You put anything, a ball you put, he will love to talk about himself, his attainments, his family, his children, his grandchildren, his profession, his business. Remember, whenever we discuss, we have to look into ourselves. Am I unknowingly, unconsciously talking about myself and then spoiling the whole congregation? Look into ourselves. Every time we have to see, spiritual living is an alert living. Alert, vigilant living is called spiritual living. When I am discussing something, am I taking over, bossing over, and converting the whole discussion into discussion about myself? But be very careful. An egoistic personality is just close to any kind of criticism, suggestion. And therefore, this person, is a perfect slave of the world. He loves people who praises him. He keeps all those people who criticizes him. That open-mindedness is not at all there to accept constructive criticism. And therefore, ego and knowledge can never go together. Ego itself is an expression of ignorance. And what is the way in which this person tries to de-stress himself? Shout at others, yell at others. In the office, shout. When you shout, what happens? You try to prove that, yes, I am better than this person. There is some relief. In ego boosting, there is always a relief. Whenever the ego is boosted, there is a joy. That is the only joy he knows. The egoistic joys, the joys of conquering, the joy of abusing others, the joy of taking revenge, the joy of finding fault with others and thus proving that others are inferior and therefore I am superior. The joy of self-boasting. You have to be very, very careful about all these aspects. And therefore, this personality is a very stinking person. Nobody wants to be near with that person. As Gurudev used to say, cultured give happiness wherever they go, uncultured whenever they go. This is also a mark of, you should try to know, who am I? Rate yourself based on how much people want your presence in their company. How much people love you. Are people running away from us? Then there is some problem with us. Generally, what do we say? That person is not right. He never. Problem is with us because the world is a mirror. Whatever face you make, the same face you will see from there. So, and that is why these egoistic people generally, they get addicted to smoking, drinking, all these bad habits. Because there is so much of stress. And all this stress is ego-based stress. What is the way to come out of this stress? Make the mind silent. forcefully silent. How? Drinks and drugs. You see. Puja Guruji used to say, egoistic people buy things which they don't want with the money which they don't have to impress people whom they don't like. The whole life is trying to prove others that I am some great person. I am a somebody in this society. Whole life is dedicated only for that. There is a smiling mask, but inside there is a weeping face, a complaining face. And because he is all the time masked, there is so much of stress. See, whenever you are natural, there is no stress. But whenever you are artificial, there is a lot of stress. You have to project a particular type of personality in front of others. That is a lot of strain. Whenever you are trying to be what you are not, there is strain. When you are what you are, there is no strain. And this person will have lot of mood swings. You just don't know when this person's mood will change. When everything is going happy, everything is well, conducive environment, very happy person. But when things are going sixes and sevens, because remember, his another aspect is kamepsuna karma. Every lot of attachment is there for the worldly results. When things are not going his way, becomes highly depressed. So he's a person of mood swings. And kriyate bahula ayasam. Whatever work he does, lot of struggle. Bahula ayasam. Ayasam is there. If suppose I fail, what will others say? How will others look at me? Suppose I fail in my endeavor. That is why this ayasam. Lot of struggle. So if this is the way we are living, what kind of action it is? Unintelligent action, rajasic action. Right. Now, tamasic action. There are all such specimens we will see in the society. Maybe I am one among them. Okay. So 25th verse, Tamasic. Anubandham kshayam himsam anavekshya cha paurusham mohadarabhate karma yattat tamasa. Yes, now this is a tamasic actor, karta. What is the trademark of a tamasic person? Ajnanam. Absolutely no knowledge. Therefore, mohat arabhate karma. All his actions are born out of moha, delusion. So what is the category? Anavekshya, not paying attention to. What does it mean? Carelessness. Inadvertence. Pramad, carelessness. Not paying attention to what all factors. See, whenever you are doing something, you have to pay attention to so many things. He doesn't pay attention. What are the things which he doesn't pay attention? Anubandham. Anubandham means consequence. If I do this, what will be the consequence? A Sattvic person will always think the consequence. This Tamasic person, he doesn't care. All these reckless drivers on the road, making big sound, etc. Have you heard this? Monstrous bikes, posh cars, high speed. They all belong to this category. My one mistake, and there are so many people who are going to suffer, I don't care. I just care about my adrenaline rush. They are all falling under this category. Sattvic person is very careful. I must do something which is not only beneficial for me, but it should be beneficial for everyone. Whereas here, just the opposite. I don't care about others. Anubandham. Not paying attention to the consequences. Kshayam. Kshayam means loss. If I do this, will I be? Will I be losing something? Kshayam, loss. Himsam, harm. Am I going to harm others when I do this? All these things we must think. I heard a joke. So the flight was flying, the plane was flying. And suddenly, all these passengers heard, the pilot was talking on the microphone. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! In mid-air, okay? Naturally, all the passengers got really frightened. There was a complete silence. Then after some time, the pilot said, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I just spilled coffee onto my pants. You should have seen my pants." One passenger got up and said, "You should have seen our pants now." Anubandham kshayam himsam anaveksha. When I do something, I don't pay attention. Carelessly I do something and create problem for everyone. That is a typical Tamasic character. And anavekshacha paurusham. I take up a responsibility. Sometimes I am not fit to, to execute that particular task. I am not fit, but even then I will take, just to show off others that I can do it. And then what happens? You are neither doing it properly, efficiently, nor are you allowing others to do. Anavekshacha paurusham. One doctor came and told me this. He said, "Swamiji, we Swamijis are the place where people come and confess so many things." Swamiji, many of the doctors, they are not able to diagnose this problem. But then they will not refer it to other doctor also because an ego issue. And they mess up the whole thing. They will not tell the patient that I am not able to diagnose the disease. They will keep on prescribing something or the other. Now what is happening? The patient is also suffering. This fellow is also suffering. Very many cases are like that, he says. If he's a Sattvic doctor, what he should do? See, this particular thing I am not able to solve, but I know a doctor who is really efficient. You please go to him. This is what you should do. Because we are all not, we all have our defects, our deficiencies. We are not good in everything. That ability to accept that, yes, this particular field I am not fit, that is also Sattvic. Please understand. I saw one video. This small snake caught one big frog. And now the frog is croaking. Because this snake is not able to swallow it. The frog is really big. You should bite according to the size of your mouth, isn't it? Some people bite burger also like that, And finally they make a mess of the whole thing. So, this frog was not dying. It is suffering. The snake is also suffering because it is not able to. Both of them are miserable. See, if it is a python or something, you will not even know when the frog has gone inside. Some personalities are like this. They will come forward. Hey, Swamiji, I will do it. Give me. I will do it. I know. and make a mess of it. Neither this person does it, nor that person allows others to do it. Your attention should go not to somebody. Am I belonging to this category? This is the question. Anubandham kshayam himsam anavekshya cha paurusham mohat arabhate karma yattat tamasa muchyate. So this discussion is taken up only to understand better what is Sattvic action. So this person, Sattvic person, does everything as a worship of the Lord. Does it beautifully well, as best as he can. But at the same time, paying attention to everything. Dharmic action. What is dharmic action? Where everybody is benefited. His vision is always for the welfare of the totality. My action should be such that with this action, everybody is benefited. So there is a yajna bhava there. Sacrifice of the individuality for the welfare of the totality. So this way actions must be performed for the welfare of all, keeping aside our ego. In this way, when we do, the mind becomes more and more sattvic, more and more pure. And with that sattvic pure mind, that person becomes fit for meditation. This topic of meditation we will see in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Amrutam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.